Welcome to today's chair stretch class for mobility. I'm Coach Lindsay. Thank you for joining me. A lot of the stretches that we're going to be doing today are going to be a little bit more dynamic, just meaning that we're moving through the stretch versus holding a stretch for a certain amount of time. So in doing this, we stretch out that muscle fiber and also mobilize it. So it's really, really great just to get a good deep stretch in and also work on a little bit of range of motion as well. So let's talk about what you need. All you need today is yourself in a chair. Very simple. Make sure you do have some space though. We're going to be doing a few poses that require a little bit of space, so make sure you have room. We really want to make sure that that chair is nice and sturdy. We don't have any wheels on it. It is not rolling around or away from us, and make sure that it doesn't have any handles or handlebars. What's the word I'm looking for? Rails, handrails, if you can help it. If it does, it's totally fine and we can work around it. But let's go ahead and get started. First things first, chair form. It's a little bit less important today because we're just stretching, but I still want to talk about it. So whenever we do something in the chair, it doesn't mean that we just get to take an easy workout, right? We're still wanting to make sure that we're engaging our core and we're doing everything right. So if you're a little bit shorter on the chair like I am, scoot forward to where you have your feet planted flat on the ground. So you want to make sure that you have good stability, good balance. Feet should be planted on the ground, 90-degree angle with those knees there. And then anytime we're doing anything in the chair, you have the back of this chair here, but it is not to be relied on unless you absolutely need it. So we want to make sure that we're not just sitting in our chair hanging out, right? We're up, that core is engaged, we're sitting nice and tall. A little bit less important for that core engagement today just because we're stretching, but still something to be mindful of. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. So first and foremost, hands resting just nice and lightly on those legs. Roll those shoulders back away from your ears, sit nice and tall, and we're going to take a big inhale here. Inhale and exhale. Let all of that breath come out. Two more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Now we're going to get into our first stretch. So we're going to take our head and we're going to look over our shoulder. So this is going to stretch the outer part of our neck. So as you're just slowly rotating, either way, it doesn't matter what side you start with, I want you to try to look over your shoulder as if you're looking in the backseat of your car. And then hold this for about 3 seconds, and then you're gonna slowly rotate to the side. So don't do it quickly, don't make yourself dizzy, but go ahead and look over on the other shoulder, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly rotate. You're gonna keep doing this process here for about another 30 seconds. The key about this is every time you look over your shoulder, maybe you can go a little bit further because you've already been there, right? That's kind of the nice part about dynamic stretching is you get that stretch in, you hold it, and then you go back into it. So you should feel this in the base of your neck here, a little bit into the top of your shoulder as you're rotating that neck. Stay nice and tall and remember to breathe. Let's do one more on each side here. Excellent. Keeping that back nice and straight. And last one on whatever shoulder you have left. Excellent. Bring yourself back to center. Roll those shoulders back away from the ears, and we're going to get into some neck circles now. So in any direction you want to go, nice and slow neck circles. Keep your back nice and straight so that when you are in the rotation of your chin to your chest, you're not rounding your back. And then when you bring your chin up, you're not arching your back, right? So that's where your core comes in. You stay nice and tall, and only the neck is rotating here. And make sure you're sitting in every part of this rotation, right? We don't want to do this fast. We want to feel the side stretch. We want to feel the back part of our neck, the other side, and then as we bring that chin up, the front part of our neck. We'll do one more big rotation here in whatever direction you started with. And then let's go ahead and switch directions. So other side this time, nice and slow. Remember to keep that back nice and straight here. Excellent. 2 more rotations here. And last one, as you make your way around, if you're still going, that's totally fine. And then we pause, bring ourselves back to center, roll those shoulders back away from your ears. Now we're gonna get into my favorite upper body, shoulder and back stretch, which is called our IYWT stretch, okay? So as we begin this stretch, we're gonna readjust our form, making sure our back is nice and straight, our core is engaged. We're gonna bring those arms up, reaching nice and tall, but keeping your back straight, okay? So this is our I. We're gonna hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna go to our Y. So as we open up the arms ever so slightly, we start to squeeze those shoulder blades. We feel the tension in our shoulders, and then we bring ourselves down to that W where we squeeze those shoulder blades together. We open up the chest, chin can go up a little bit. And then as we bring ourselves into the T, our back gets nice and straight. We elevate the palms upwards as we feel a little bit of a bicep stretch here. And then you can go ahead and release your arms and repeat. So you're on your own pace here. If there's any part of this stretch, the I, the Y, the W, the T that feels better, stay there a little bit longer. That's totally fine. That's the beautiful thing about dynamic stretching, is you sit in whatever feels best for you. But if you're kind of just all the same, hold each one for about 3 to 4 seconds. Keep that back nice and straight. Feet are on the ground here. Excellent. Shake it out. We'll do 2 more here. So reach all the way up. Practice that breath now. So as you get into the next one, you inhale and then you exhale, coming down to that Y. Hold. Inhale, exhale as you come into that W. Excellent. Hold. Inhale and exhale as you come to that T, and hold. And then inhale, exhale as you bring those arms down. Shake it out. Let's do 1 more. So last one here, all the way up. See if you can't reach a little bit higher. Hold. Inhale, and then exhale, coming into that Y. Excellent. You should still feel lots of warmth in the upper body by now. Inhale, exhale, coming into the W. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulder blades. Open up that chest. Inhale, and exhale, coming into that T. And then inhale and exhale, bringing those arms back down. Fabulous. Roll those arms out, roll those shoulders out. Next, we're gonna get into a back and a chest stretch. So we're gonna take our arms, we're gonna bring them nice and wide, so kind of similar to our W, but we keep our arms nice and straight. Our thumbs are facing up. We're gonna open up that chest, and then we're gonna rotate, giving ourselves a nice big hug. So trying to almost grip those shoulder blades and pull them apart, rounding the back. Same thing, you're gonna hold for about 3 to 4 seconds and then come back into the next one. So with this stretch, as you're bringing your chest up, you can arch your back slightly, but really make sure you're maintaining some sort of core engagement as to not put any extra strain on that lower back. So rounding your back as you're giving yourself a big hug, pulling those shoulder blades apart, and then opening up the chest. Excellent. Again, you can sit in whichever stretch feels the best for a little bit longer. We're gonna do 2 more after this on each muscle group here. So rounding the back. This is a great stretch for posture. So if you find yourself sitting a lot and you're slumping a lot, take a 5 to 10 seconds to do this stretch. It's beautiful to help reset the back there. Last part of our back here. And then let's open up that chest to end it out. Excellent. Rotate those arms back, shake those arms out. We're almost through with the upper body. We're actually gonna move into our core now. So a little bit of side oblique stretches here. So let's readjust, make sure our feet are flat on the ground. We have that 90-degree angle. We're sitting nice and tall. We're gonna bring our arms up like this, and then we're just gonna rotate. So make sure that as you're rotating to the side, your butt stays on the chair. So as you're rotating, if you find yourself kind of coming up off that chair, reduce your range of motion. Don't rotate as much. You're gonna hold, and then you're gonna rotate to the center, and then same thing on that other side. So as you're rotating, you really should feel this in the upper latissimus dorsi area of your back, and then also a little bit of your core as well. Remember to breathe, so inhale, and then exhale as you make your way into that side stretch. Then rotate back in. Excellent. I know this is a little bit taxing on the shoulders, so if you need to drop those arms, you certainly can. I like having the arms there to help maintain balance and core engagement, and also just really good for posture. You kind of add a little bit of weight in the upper body so that you're not hunching your back. Excellent. Keep it going. Let's do one more on each side here. Keep that back nice and straight. Exhale as you rotate to the side one last time here. And then back to center. Excellent. Release those arms and shake it out. We're going to do an intermission halfway through forward fold here. We'll do 2 of them. So take those legs nice and wide. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up all the way, reach nice and tall, and then forward fold as far as you want. So if you want to touch the ground, amazing. If you want to dangle, if you want to hang on to your ankles, your shins, whatever feels best, release any tension in your lower back and then roll yourself back up, rounding those shoulders. Let's do one more here. So inhale as you bring those arms up, reach nice and tall. Excellent. Exhale as you come down. And then take a big inhale and then begin to exhale as you round your shoulders back up. Excellent job. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Let's move into the lower body this time. So you're going to bring your legs a little bit closer. This time we're going to scoot a little forward in our chair. We're going to do some hip, glute, and hamstring stretches here. So what I want you to do is grab your left leg. You're going to pull it towards your chest. At the same time, you're going to take a slight lean forward. So instead of our normal knee hug where we lean on the back of our chair, we're going to kind of use alternating forces to get that deep stretch. So as you bring your knee in to your chest, you also take a slight lean forward. You'll feel this in your hip, your hamstring, and your glute. You're going to hold for about 3 to 4 seconds and then release into the other side. So again, bringing that knee towards your chest and then leaning into that knee a little bit. And then release. Go ahead and continue to rotate between the 2 legs. I like this stretch too because you can rotate out the hip as well. So do whatever feels best for you. There's no rules in stretching. So as you bring that knee up to your chest, if you don't want to keep it static right in front of your chest, roll it side to side. You'll feel a good stretch in the outer part of your hip, the inner part of your thigh as well. And then you can just let go and rotate. Excellent. Let's do 2 more on each side here, and then we'll get into some ankle work, which is always really fun to start with. Anytime you begin any ankle work, you hear lots of snap, crackle, pops. It's okay. Don't be alarmed. Last one on each side here. Excellent. Now, as we bring this leg up here, whichever leg you started with, you're going to bring that leg, you're going to rotate your ankle 3 times in either direction, and then you're going to release and continue. So getting into that knee hug as well, but this time rotating 3 times with that ankle in one direction, and then rotate. Now, we're going to do this twice more with the direction you started with, and then we'll do a few in the other direction. Excellent. Remember to breathe. So inhale as you bring that knee up. Exhale as you begin your ankle rotations. And exhale as you release. Excellent. Last time here on the rotation we started with. Excellent. Release. Now go the other direction as you bring that knee, whatever direction you weren't going, go that other direction. Even if it feels a little bit less range of motion, especially if you're going inward with that ankle, you have a little bit less range of motion, which is totally fine. Takes a little bit of coordination for me as well to remember which direction we're going in. Excellent, mighty family. Keep it going. Just a few more here on the ankle work. Remember, we're still in that hip stretch as well. So as you're pulling your knee to your chest, remember to lean into the knee. Fabulous. Let's do 1 more here on each side. And last time here on this right leg for me, or whichever leg you're ending with. Excellent. Bring those legs down, shake them out if you need to. Now we're gonna get into some hip work, okay? So we're gonna take our left leg, we're gonna place our left ankle on top of our right knee for a figure 4 stretch. So with this stretch, you wanna sit nice and tall. You want both of your sit bones on that chair, and then you're gonna just slightly push that knee away towards the ground. So you're gonna feel a nice deep stretch here in the outer hip. We're just gonna hold this for a little bit. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to take the side, your left side, so the side that your knee is up on, and you're gonna reach over to the side. So you can grab that ankle for a little bit of support. And this just gets you a deeper stretch in the side and in that hip. We're just gonna hold for 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna bring ourselves back to that standard figure 4. Push down on that knee a little bit more for a deeper stretch. And then take an inhale and exhale as we bring in that arm again. So there's your little routine, I guess. So you can hold it as long as you want to. Push that knee in. Remember your breath. So we inhale as we begin the transition, and we're exhaling by the time we're into that stretch. Excellent. Keep your back nice and straight here too. So as you're going to the side, you're not leaning too far forward and you're not arching your back either. So really be mindful of that. Excellent. Reaching over one last time here. Deep, deep side work here. And then back and release that left leg. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. So you can take a second to transition, shake those legs out, bring that right leg up this time, right ankle on top of the left leg, push down on that right knee. Now you may notice, like I am noticing right now, I can't push that knee down as far. I have less flexibility in that right hip, and that's totally fine. So this is why we do isolated work and isolated stretching, so you can see which side might need a little more attention. So once you have that good stretch in that figure 4, same thing, you're gonna take that right hand, you're gonna reach over to the left, deep stretch, maintain both sit bones on the chair. So I know as we start to reach over, we want to kind of topple over, try to keep those sit bones on the chair, and then we release back into that figure 4, press down on that knee, deep breath here. And then inhale and exhale as you reach. Excellent. Inhale and exhale as you come back down, push down on that knee. We'll do 2 more here. Make sure you're staying nice and tall. You'll also feel this in your lower back too. So if you're keeping your back nice and straight, you'll feel this a little bit kind of where your sciatic nerve is. So this is a really good, not only hip stretch, but good for that sciatic area as well. Now last one here, reaching over. And coming back to center. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Couple more stretches here. We're gonna get into kind of more of a yoga pose here, which is our warrior pose for our hip flexor. So we're gonna take that left leg, we're gonna angle it about 45 degrees to the left. You're gonna take that right leg and you're gonna just start to kind of rotate the hips towards your left leg and draw that right leg out as straight as you can. Does not have to be straight at all or perfectly straight, but get that leg straight to where you start to feel a good stretch there in the hip flexor. And then once you have that good hip flexor stretch, we're just gonna bring the arms up. Core is nice and engaged, we're nice and tall. We're really just sitting right on the edge of that chair there. So as you bring your arms up, we'll just take 3 big inhales here. And exhale. Hold, see if you can't stretch that right leg or that back leg out a little more. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Excellent. Go ahead and bring those arms down first. We rotate that hip over to the other side now. So we have that right leg 45 degrees in front of us. That left leg goes back now. So once you have your hips rotated, you then can start to wiggle that back leg out until you have that good stretch. So the key here is keeping your back nice and straight so that you do feel that stretch. So if you're leaning forward, you're not gonna feel a good stretch. So bring yourself back to center, feel that good stretch, and then bring those arms up. Inhale and exhale. See if you can't wiggle that back leg back even more. Inhale and exhale. And last one, inhale and exhale. Excellent. Bring those arms down, rotate those hips back to center. Last and final stretch here, we have our inner thighs. So we're gonna take those legs and we're gonna spread them about as wide as you can. Then you're gonna take your hands and you're going to glide them down onto your knees and kind of sink in to your hips here. So you can use your hands to push your knees apart. Make sure that you are flat on your feet so that you don't fall forward here. We have good stability and balance. And then what you can do to take this stretch even further, if you would like, is starting with your left hand, placing it on the ground, and right hand goes up. Now this takes quite a bit of mobility and flexibility. If you're not quite here, that's fine. You can stay in this thigh stretch. But if you can get that hand, let's go ahead and rotate. So this time, right hand on the ground, left hand goes up. We look up to the sky. And then we rotate back in, both hands on the knees. And then we go ahead and rotate. So left arm on the ground, right arm up, looking up to the sky. We'll hold 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. Both hands on the knees, bring yourself back, give your back a break. And then right hand on the ground, reaching up. Having a yoga block or something right here underneath your hand, if you can't quite get to the ground, is also very helpful. Coming back to our knees, last time on each side, okay? So left arm goes down, right arm goes up. We reach, look up to the sky, and then rotate back to your knees. Inhale, and then exhale. Right hand on the ground, left arm up, hold. And then inhale, exhale as you come out. Both hands on the knees, and we bring ourselves back to our chair. Excellent job, Mighty Family. We are gonna end with a few forward folds, my favorite stretch of all time. So keep those legs wide. Inhale, nice and big. Bring those arms up, reach, reach, reach. And then when you're ready, forward fold. Exhale as you come down. Touch the floor, dangle. You might even notice with our lower body stretches that you can touch the ground this time around with forward folds and not the other time. Roll your back up. That's called increasing flexibility. That's why we stretch. Last one, inhale all the way up, reach, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale and exhale as you roll back up. And we are back to our chair. Oh, deep breath. That felt so good. I don't know if maybe I'm the only one that really needed that, but I really needed that stretch. So thank you so much, Mighty Family, for joining me for today's chair stretches for mobility. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here Thursday.